Chapters 1 through 5 of the Book of Numbers, from the Holy Bible in Modern English. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Mark Penfold. The Holy Bible in Modern English, translated by Ferrar Fenton. The Book of Numbers, chapters 1 through 5. Chapter 1. The Ever-Living also spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai at the hall of assembly, in the 1st month, in the 2nd year of the years after coming from the land of the Mitzrayim, commanding, Record the names of all the chiefs of the children of Israel by the families of their ancestors in the register of names, each man from his own roll, from 20 years old and upwards, all who can go to war of the children of Israel. You and Aaron organize them into their own regiments. They must be assigned each to his own tribe, each to the captain of the house of his ancestors. And these are the names of the men you shall appoint over them. To Reuben, Elizur, the son of Sheduer. To Simeon, Shemulial, the son of Zurishaddai. To Judah, Machshan, the son of Amminadab. To Issachar, Nakishan, the son of Tsoar. To Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Kilon. To the sons of Joseph, to Ephraim, Elishamar, the son of Ammihud. To Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Fidatsur. To Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gidoni. To Dan, Achiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. To Asher, Phanuel, the son of Achnon. To Gad, Eliashur, the son of Reuel. To Naphtali, Akira, the son of Ainan. I have nominated these to be chiefs to bear the standards of the tribes of their ancestors. They are the princes of the regiments of Israel. Moses and Aaron therefore took these men who were indicated to them by name, and they summoned all the chiefs of families on the 1st of the 2nd month, and they produced to them their records of the houses of their fathers from the books of register, from 20 years old and upwards by their records, as the Ever-Living commanded to Moses and appointed in the desert of Sinai. And these were descendants of the sons of Reuben, the oldest son of Israel, according to the registers of their ancestral houses in the records of names on their heads, all males of 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Reuben, 46,500. Of the men descended from Simeon, by the register of the house of their fathers, arranged from the records of names on their heads, all males of 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Simeon, 59,600. Of the men descended from Gad, from the registers of their ancestral houses by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Gad, 45,650. Of the men descended from Judah, by the register of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Judah, 74,600. Of the men descended from Issachar, by the registers of their ancestral houses in the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Issachar, 50,400. Of the men descended from Zebulun, by the registers of their ancestral houses in the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Zebulun, 57,400. Of the men of Joseph, of the sons descended from Ephraim, by the registers of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Ephraim, 40,500. Of the men descended from Manasseh, by the registers of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Manasseh, 30,200. Of the men descended from Benjamin, by the registers of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Benjamin, 35,400. Of the men descended from Dan, by the registers of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, Regimented under the standard of Dan, 62,700. Of the men descended from Asher, by the registers of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Asher, 41,500. Of the men descended from Naphtali, by the registers of their ancestral houses, by the record of names, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service, regimented under the standard of Naphtali, 53,400. These were the army divisions that Moses and Aaron organized. And the generals of Israel were 12 men, each was appointed from the house of their fathers. And the officers of the children of Israel were all from the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upwards, all capable of army service in Israel. And the total number of all the enrolled was 630,550. The Levites, however, were not enrolled among them. Then the Ever-Living spoke to Moses, commanding, Regarding the tribe of Levi, you shall not enroll it, so that they may not raise their head in the midst of the sons of Israel. However, you shall organize the Levites for the sanctuary of the nation, and for all the services, and for all pertaining to them. They shall carry the sanctuary and all its furniture, and shall encamp round and guard the sanctuary. When the sanctuary is to advance, the Levites shall take it down, and when the sanctuary is to be pitched, the Levites shall raise it, and the stranger who approaches shall be killed. But the sons of Israel shall attend each to their own camp, and each to the flag of their regiments, whilst the Levites must attend about the sanctuary of the nation, that there may not be anger upon the nation of the sons of Israel. Therefore the Levites shall guard the sanctuary of the nation. The children of Israel consequently did all that the Ever-Living commanded to Moses. They did it. Chapter 2. The Ever-Living also spoke to Moses, commanding, Let each encamp by his flag at the standard of the ancestral house of the sons of Israel. Let them begin to encamp around the hall of assembly on the east. The encampment on the east from the sunrising shall be for the standard of the camp of the army of Judah. And let Nachshon the son of Amminadab command the sons of Judah, with his organized force of 74,600. And let the tribe of Issachar encamp next them, and the commander of the sons of Issachar be Nathanael the son of Tsoar, with his organized force of 50,400. Next the tribe of Zebulun. Let the commander of the sons of Zebulun be Eliab the son of Kelon, with his organized force of 57,400. All the regiments in the camp of Judah, numbering 186,400. This force shall march first. The standard of Reuben shall be on the south with its force, and the commander of the sons of Reuben shall be Eleazar the son of Shedear, with his organized force of 46,500. And let the tribe of Simeon encamp next them, and the commander of the tribe of Simeon be Shelumiel the son of Surishadai, and his organized force be 59,600. Then the tribe of Gad, and let the commander of the sons of Gad be Eliasaph the son of Reuel, with his organized force of 45,650. All the organized forces in the camp of Reuben were 151,450, and this division shall march second. But the camp of the hall of assembly shall march with the Levites between the camps. As they encamp, they shall march each alongside of their flag. Let the standard of the camp of Ephraim with his force be on the west, and the commander of the sons of Ephraim shall be Elishama the son of Ammihud, and his organized force be 40,500. And next to him let there be the tribe of Manasseh, and the commander of the sons of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel the son of Fidatzur, and his organized force be 32,200. Then the tribe of Benjamin, and the commander of the sons of Benjamin shall be Abidan the son of Kidaonai, and his organized force be 35,400. All the enrollments in the camp of Ephraim were 108,100. They shall march third with their force. Let the standard of the tribe of Dan be on the north with its force, and the commander of the sons of Dan shall be Achiazur the son of Ammishaddai, and his organized force be 62,700. And let the tribe of Asher encamp next them. And the commander of the sons of Asher shall be Phanuel the son of Akron. And his organized force was 140,500. Then the tribe of Naphtali. And let the commander of the sons of Naphtali be Achira the son of Ainan. And his organized force be 53,400. All the enrollments in the camp of Dan were 157,600, who marched in the rear after their flags. These were the divisions of the children of Israel by their ancestral houses. The numbers in the regiments, in the camps of their forces, were 603,550. But the Levites were not enrolled among the sons of Israel, as the ever-living commanded to Moses. The children of Israel did as the ever-living commanded to Moses. They encamped by their regiments, and thus they marched, each with his family by the house of their fathers. Chapter 3. The following were the children of Aaron and Moses at the time the ever-living spoke with Moses at Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: the eldest Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These were the names of the sons of Aaron the consecrated priest, who filled the office of priests. But Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord, when they offered strange fire before the ever-living in the wilderness of Sinai. And they had no sons, so Eleazar and Ithamar became priests in the presence of Aaron their father. Then the ever-living spoke to Moses, saying, Present the tribe of Levi, and station them before Aaron the priest, and they shall serve with him, and guard what is entrusted to him, and the trusts of all the congregation, in the hall of assembly, and perform the services of the sanctuary. They shall also guard all the furniture of the hall of assembly, and the trusts of the children of Israel, and perform the services of the sanctuary. Therefore give the Levites to Aaron and his sons, presenting them to him as an offering for the children of Israel, and instruct Aaron and his sons that they must preserve the priesthood, and the stranger who approaches it shall die. The ever-living also spoke to Moses, commanding, I also now have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, so the Levites shall be mine. For all the firstborn were mine at the time when I cut off all the firstborn in the land of the Mitzrayim. I then dedicated all the firstborn of Israel to myself, from man and also from beast. They shall be mine. I am the ever-living. The ever-living also spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, commanding, Organize the sons of Levi by their ancestral houses from their registers. You must organize every male from a month old and upwards. Moses consequently organized them as the ever-living commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon, and Kehath, and Merari. And these were the names of the sons of Gershon by their registers: Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kehath by their registers: Amram and Itzar, Cabron and Uziel. And the sons of Merari by their registers: Machlai and Mashai. These are from the registers of the ancestral houses of Levi, from the registers of Gershon, from the registers of Libni, from the registers of Shimei. These were from the registers of the Gershonites. They were organized from the books, every male from a month old and upwards. Their enrollment was 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall encamp behind the sanctuary, to the westward, and the commander of the house of the Gershonites shall be Eliasaph, the son of Lael. Thus the duties of the sons of Gershon shall be in the hall of assembly about the sanctuary, and the sacred tabernacle, and the screen before the entrance of the hall of assembly, and the curtains of the court, and the screen at the entrance of the court that is above the sanctuary, and around the altar, and all the instruments for the whole of the services. And those enrolled from the families of the Amramites, and from the families of the Izharites, and from the families of the Cabronites, and from the families of the Asrielites, those who were from the families of Caharites according to the register, all the males from a month old and upwards, were 8,600, to form the guard of the holy place. The families of the sons of Kehath shall encamp upon the south side of the sanctuary, and the commander of the families of Kehathites shall be Elizaphan the son of Azael. They shall be entrusted with the ark, and the table, and the lamp, and the altars, and the sacred furniture, which they shall guard, with the screen and all the appliances of the services. The prince who commands the Levites shall be Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest, who shall be appointed to guard the sacred trusts. But in conjunction with Merari were the families of Machli and the family of Mushai. They were with the family of Merari. They were also enrolled in the register, every male from a month old and upwards, 6,200. And the commander of the ancestral house of Merari shall be Tsuriel the son of Abikael. They shall encamp at the north side of the sanctuary, and the duties of the sons of Merari shall be the guardianship of the planks of the sanctuary, and the crossbars, and the pillars, and the bases, and all the appurtenances, as well as the pillars of the surrounding court, and their bases, and the spikes and ropes. But Aaron and Moses shall encamp before the sanctuary on the east, in the front of the hall of assembly, and Aaron and his sons shall guard the sacred things confided to them in trust for the children of Israel. And if a stranger approaches, he shall be killed. All the enrollments of the Levites that Moses and Aaron organized before the ever-living from their families, all males from a month old and upwards, were 22,000. The ever-living also said to Moses, Take a census of every firstborn male of the children of Israel, from a month old and upwards, and record them in a register by name. But you shall separate the Levites for myself, I, the ever-living, instead of all the firstborn of the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites also instead of the firstborn of the cattle of the children of Israel. Moses therefore enumerated as the ever-living commanded him, every male of the children of Israel, and all the firstborn males were recorded in the register of names from a month old and upwards, to the number of 40,273. The ever-living afterwards spoke to Moses, commanding, Separate the Levites instead of the firstborn of the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle. The Levites shall be mine. I am the ever-living. And for the redemption of the firstborn of the children of Israel in excess of the number, let there be 20 grains to a shekel, and give the money to Aaron and his sons to redeem that excess. Moses consequently collected the money for their ransom from the persons, in excess of the firstborn who were ransomed from the children of Israel. The tax by that money produced 1,365 shekels by the sacred shekel. Moses gave the money of the ransom to Aaron and his sons before the ever-living, as the ever-living commanded to Moses. Chapter 4. The ever-living also commanded Moses, Enumerate the persons of the sons of Kehath from among the sons of Levi, by the registers of their ancestral house, from the age of 30 years and upwards to 50 years, all capable of army service, to conduct the business of the hall of assembly. The work of the sons of Kehath shall be in the hall of assembly, holy of holies. But Aaron and his sons shall proceed to pitch the tabernacle, and to take down the veil of the screen, and to cover with it the ark of witnesses. And they shall put over it the covering of badgers' skins, and spread the beautiful azure cloth over all, and put in the staves, and spread the azure cloth over the table of the presence, and place upon it the dishes, and the cups, and the hammers, and the coronal, and the pitcher, and the bread, arranged upon it. Then they shall spread over them the blue-red cloth, and cover it with the covering of badger skin, and put the staves into its handles. Then take the azure cloth, and cover the lamps of light, and the reflectors, and the snuffers, and their dishes, and collect the whole of the furniture, whose guardianship is with them, and place them and the whole of the furniture under the covering of badger skin, and put them on the wagons. They shall also spread the azure cloth over the golden altar, and cover it with the covering of badger skin, and put its staves into it. They shall also take the whole of the instruments, the custody of which is with them, to the holy place, and cover with the azure cloth, and wrap them in the covering of badger skin, and put them on the wagons. They shall also clean the altar, and spread over it the purple cloth, and place upon it all its instruments whose custody is with them, the shovels, the rakes and sprinklers, and the brushes, and all the instruments of the altar, and spread over them a covering of badger skin, and put the staves into the handles. And Aaron and his sons shall complete the covering of the sanctuary, and the whole of the sacred furniture, at the striking of the camp. And afterwards the sons of Kehath shall come to carry them. But they shall not approach the sanctuary for fear of death. The sons of Kehath shall carry them to the hall of assembly, and Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall provide oil for the lamps, and sweet incense, and pure offerings, and oil of consecration, having the care of all the sanctuary, and all that is in it, with the holy place, and all its furniture. The ever-living also commanded Moses and Aaron, Separate for me the family of the Kehathites from amongst the Levites, and do this to them, so that they may live and not die. Let Aaron and his sons conduct them up to the Holy of Holies, and set each of them to the work he is to do, and to his labor. But they shall not approach to see, except the covering of the sacred things, for fear of death. The ever-living also spoke to Moses, commanding, Enumerate the individuals of the sons of Gershon from the registers of their ancestral house, from 30 years old and upwards to 50 years old. Organize all of them capable of army service to perform the work of the hall of assembly. These are the services for the families of the Gershonites to work and carry out. They shall carry the curtains of the sanctuary, and cover the hall of assembly with a covering of badger skin that is extended above it, and the screen at the door of the hall of assembly, and the curtains of the court that is around the sanctuary, and the altar, and the ropes, and all the furniture of the services, all this is their service. The sons of the Gershonites shall be under the direction of Aaron and his sons for any service, for any carrying, and for any labor, and you shall organize them for every labor by their families. This shall be the service of the families of the Gershonites at the hall of assembly, and also their duties under the order of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Organize the sons of Merari from the registers of their ancestral house, from 30 years old up to 50 years old. Organize all capable of army service to do the work of the hall of assembly. And this is their duty, to carry in all the appliances of the hall of assembly, the planks of the sanctuary, and the crossbars, and the pillars, and their sockets, with the pillars of the court around it, and their sockets, and pegs, and ropes, with all the furniture and all the instruments, and they shall pack up the furniture carefully for carriage. This shall be the duty of the family of the sons of Merari in all their service in the hall of assembly, under the orders of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. Moses consequently organized, and Aaron enumerated the family of the sons of Kehathites from the registers of their ancestral house, from the age of 30 years old and upwards to 50 years of age, all capable of army service, for work in the hall of assembly. And there were organized from the registers 1,750. These were enrolled from the registers of the Kehathites, all for service in the hall of assembly, as Moses and Aaron were instructed, from the presence of the ever-living, by the hand of Moses. The sons of Gershon were thus enrolled from the registers of their ancestral house, from 30 years of age and upwards to 50 years old, all capable of army service, to serve in the hall of assembly. And there were enrolled from the registers of their ancestral house 1,660. They were organized from the families of the sons of Gershon, all for service in the hall of assembly, whom Moses and Aaron organized by the command of the ever-living. There were also enrolled from the families of the sons of Merari, from the registers of their ancestral house, from 30 years of age upwards to 50 years old, all capable of army service, for the service of the hall of assembly, and their number was by the registers 3,200. These were enrolled from the registers of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron appointed by an order from the ever-living, by the hand of Moses. Moses and Aaron, and the princes of Israel, with the Levites, appointed all those enrolled from the registers of their ancestral houses, from 30 years of age and upwards to 50 years old, who were all to execute the duties of the service, and do the carrying in the hall of assembly, and their number was 9,580. They were appointed by order of the ever-living, by the hand of Moses, every one to his duty, and to his office and appointment, as the ever-living commanded to Moses. Chapter 5. The ever-living also spoke to Moses, commanding, Command the children of Israel that they must send out of the camp all afflicted by contagious disease, and all with venereal diseases, and all of foul life, whether male or female, so that they may not infect the camp in the midst of which I dwell. The children of Israel accordingly did so, and sent them to the outside of the camp, as the ever-living had commanded to Moses. The children of Israel did it. Then the ever-living commanded to Moses, saying, Say to the children of Israel, the man or woman who perversely commits any human sin against the ever-living, that person is guilty. But if they make confession of the sin which they have committed, and would remedy the wrong they have done, and remove it from them, let them add a fifth part to it, and give to him who has been wronged. But if the man does not possess the means of restoration for the wrong he has done, the culprit shall return to the ever-living, by the priest, in place of it, a ram as an expiation which shall expiate for him as to the wrong. And every such oblation consecrated by the children of Israel, which they offer through the priest, shall be the priest's. But whatever a person devotes must be his own property, and what a man gives to the priest shall be the priest's property. The ever-living also spoke to Moses, commanding, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, If a man suspects his wife of having gone astray, and of a man having had sinful intercourse with her, and that his wife has hidden from his sight that she has been defiled, but he has no witness of it, and she has not been divorced, yet the breath of suspicion has passed over her, and he suspects his wife, that she has been defiled, or that a breath of suspicion has passed over her, and he suspects his wife, although she may not have been defiled, then the man shall bring his wife to the priest, and shall bring as a gift for her with her the 12th of an ephah of barley meal, without any oil poured upon it, nor shall he put incense with it, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of remembrance for reminding of frailty. Then the priest shall make her advance, and place her before the ever-living, when the priest shall take holy water in an earthenware cup, and some dust that is on the floor of the sanctuary, and put it into the water. The priest shall then station the woman before the ever-living, and uncover the woman's head, and place in her hands the gift of remembrance, the gift of jealousy, and the bitter water of cursing shall be in the hand of the priest. The priest shall also administer an oath to her, and say to the woman, If a man has not had connection with you, and if you have not turned to a seducer instead of your husband, be free from the water of this bitter curse. But if you have turned to another than your husband, with whom you have been sinning, and that a man has been to you instead of your husband, here the priest shall swear the woman with this oath, and the priest shall say to the woman, Then may the ever-living make you a curse and imprecation among your relatives. May the ever-living make your thigh to rot and your belly to swell, and may this water of cursing become in your bowels as rottenness to the bowels, and as swelling to your thigh. Then the woman shall say, So let it be, so let it be. The priest shall afterwards write these curses on a tablet, and wash them off with the bitter water. And the woman shall drink the water of the bitter curses, and swallow the water of the bitter curses. Then the priest shall take from the hand of the woman the gift of jealousy, and wave the gift before the ever-living, and offer it upon the altar. The priest shall also take a handful from the remembrance, and cause it to be burnt at the altar. And after that the woman shall drink the water, and the water drunk shall, if she has been corrupted, and has dishonored her husband, then become a bitter curse, and swell her belly, and rot her thigh, and the woman shall be a curse in the circle of her relatives. But if the woman has not defiled herself, and is pure, then she shall be free from them, and be conceiving children. These are the laws about the suspicion that a woman has turned from her husband and degraded herself, or for a man when there passes over him the breath of suspicion, and he suspects his wife and brings her before the ever-living. The priest shall proceed towards them according to this enactment, and free the husband from his passion, and thus continue the woman's marriage rights. The end of chapters 1 through 5 of the Book of Numbers. Recording by Mark Penfold.